Howdy, PT37 here, and today I'm starting a new series. I think I want to call it Reloaded Thoughts. Just gonna kind of talk and ramble while I reload some. I'm not gonna get too serious, just kind of an impromptu talk while I'm at the loading bench, and just kind of see where it goes. Give me a little bit more material. I don't always have time to go out and record, everything for a video, but I'd like to put out some more content. So it's just kind of like think about it as like Hickok 45 Sunday shoot around or something like that. Just kind of give some updates on some things, talk about some things that are going on, and load some ammo in the process. So today I've got most of them ready. I'm loading some 480 Ruger. I got Starline brass, got CCI 350 Magnum primers. And I'm going to load them with 20 grains of H110, and I'm going to top them off with the Rimrock 410 grain wide flat nose flat base, I think. I don't know, WFNFB, whatever that means. So these are advertised as 410 grain, but they actually weigh 415, so they're just a little heavier. I mean, not a big deal, but just something to watch out for if you're getting into cast bullets and all that. Speaking of Rimrock, if you've never heard of Rimrock, I really like them. They have lots of good cast bullet options, and surprisingly enough, I didn't realize this, but Buffalo Bore actually uses a lot of their offerings. So not all of them, but there's several bullet options on there where it says in the description that this is what Buffalo Bore uses in their factory ammo. So, kind of cool little note there. You can get the same bullets that they use. Which, if you're like me, I really like Buffalo Bore's ammo and their velocities and their setups. So, it's really nice finding one of these suppliers for Buffalo Bore, so that way I can create my own similar ammo. So, I don't know if they use this specific bullet or not. I don't think so. But I just wanted a big old thumper for my 480, and while I'm talking about that, I'll talk about the gun here. So it's a Ruger Super Blackhawk. This is a Lipsy's exclusive, I believe. This is what it started out as, or what it is. But it's in 480 Ruger. So these things, if you look them up on Gunbroker, you're pretty much guaranteed to not see any. If you do, you're going to see for sure less than 5. I'd say less than 2. But they're pretty much unicorns, and I did not know that. I decided I wanted one a while back. I've kind of wanted one for years, but just kind of put it off. It was low on my list, and finally kind of got around to thinking, you know what, I need a big revolver of some sort. Biggest thing I got was a 44 Magnum. Oh my gosh. I prime on the press, and this little dude falls out all the time, and it drives me nuts. Oh, well, it's broke. That might be part of the reason why it falls out all the time. Dadgummit. I did not realize it was broke. Oh well, I think it'll still work. I just gotta keep an eye on it. But anyway, so the biggest thing I had was 44 Magnum, and decided I needed something bigger. I was mainly looking at the 454 Casull, but I mean, I thought about the 480, but I'll just go 454. But then I realized how hard the guns are to come by, for one, and also I did some more research into the 480 and was kind of impressed with the power it does, and it's touted as not being quite as, not as heavy in the recoil department as 454, and just seems like a little bit more pleasant round to shoot, but while still getting most of the power as a 475 line ball. So it is a good little round. I'm happy I got it. So how I looked into this gun, I got it just a couple months ago. I was on my way back from a big town I had to go to for a week, and stopped at a gun store about halfway home, or a little over halfway home. I go there sometimes when I'm in the area, but stopped in there, and he had that revolver in there, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. Never seen one in person. And I looked at it, and he had $8.99 on it. I thought, man, this seemed kind of cheap, but let me look on Gunbroker. And then I looked on Gunbroker. You can't find them on Gunbroker. If you watch Plowboy's Ghost channel, he does some 480 rigger videos. He's got a 4-inch one of these. He talked about how he had it and got rid of it, and then got it again a couple years later, and how he's got $1,500 in the gun. And I thought that was a lot till I looked at him on Gunbroker. Last time I was on there, there was a 4-inch. I can't remember if it was a 480 or 454. I think it was a 480. The top bid on it was $1,900, and it was still going. So he actually done pretty good on that. So when I seen that, I was like, I gotta get that thing, 'cause that's a smoking deal. So I didn't have any money, but I did have a SIG M17 320. My wife had got me for Christmas some years ago, and with all the crap surrounding those things, I wasn't going to get rid of it because it was a gift. I hate to get rid of it, and I like the gun, but man, it seems like every month at least there's a new video of those dudes going off in the holsters, or just going off, or reports of them going off. So I didn't trust the thing anyway. I never carried it. I never even bought a holster for the thing because I didn't trust it. And talked to my wife, and she didn't care what I did with it. So I fortunately I went to some other gun shops with that 320. I just had it in the car in case I found something I liked. And one of them, a guy brought in a 320 while I was there, plopped it on the counter, and said, "What would you give me for that?" And they's like, "We're not taking it. We're not taking no more of those dudes. When we sell what we got, that's it. We're done with them." And I thought, okay, well, I might as well get out of here, because that's all I was wondering too. So I left, and then that gun shop I found this in, I called them and I asked them, I said, "Hey, would you be interested in a 320? Because I didn't want to drive all the way back over there if he was like, "No, they keep going off, killing people or hurting people, whatever." So, but no, I called him, and he said, "Yeah, I'll be interested. Bring it on down." So had one day before work, I think it was, I ran down there, and he looked it over, and he offered me $500 trade in, which, I mean, I probably could have got a little bit more if I sold it, but then again, it's like, can I get more out of it? Because nobody really wants these things right now. So I decided to go ahead and do it. I thought that was a fair deal, especially considering the price he had on this. So he gave me $500 trade in, and I gave him $400 boot, which worked out great because I just sold a 1022 for $400 the week before, so I had that money. So I virtually, got it for right at $900. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's a dandy gun, and like I said, I'm really impressed with the 480 caliber so far. These rounds I'm loading up. I shot some of these to test. I loaded up some test ones with 20 grains H110, like I'm loading up in these ones. And I got about 1,130 feet per second. So that's like, not that I really care about the energy formula that much, but if you figure it up, it's about 1,200 foot-pounds of energy. So, and I can't remember what the TKO factor is. So more about the 480. It's a pretty versatile caliber. I wish it was more popular, because man, you can, like I said, I was getting 1,130 feet per second with this load. That's a 415 grain bullet. I mean, that's a big old chunk of lead. I mean, I can't really think of anything you can't do with that. And But like Hornady, I did a video of a 325 grain Hornady XTP ammo test on this, and it done great. I was really happy with it. But Hornady quit making the XTPs available for reloading, which I think is dumb. I mean, they're putting the bullets in factory ammo still, so I mean they're still making the bullets, but I don't know. I'm sure there's something I'm missing with all that or whatever. I don't have a big old business to run. But anyway, I wish that they would make that available. That's just my gripe about it. So this is filming this a couple of days after the Charlie Kirk shooting. So that's a really bad deal. I hate that for everybody. That's just a tragic event. I really didn't even, and I watched his videos when they'd pop up, but I don't guess I realized it, but I never followed him on anything. I don't follow a ton of people. I'm just bad to not follow people. I'll watch their crap and not follow it. I guess I thought I was following them, but I wasn't. But anyway, I hate that. Hopefully you guys didn't see the video of it, because it's pretty bad. I just hate that for his family, that video is going to be out there on the internet forever. So anyway, but that's a bad deal. Just need to make sure we're praying for his family and all that stuff during this hard time. So zeroing my scale here so I can get my charge going. Alright, all good. Alright, so like I said, I want to put 20 grains of H110 in this. Oh, 22.9, that's a little high. So let's dial that down. So I got my powder stuff out, ready to charge these. I don't want to be multitasking while I'm charging cases, because that can get a little hairy if not careful. I don't care to talk or yak while I'm sizing and priming and flaring. I don't think that's a big deal if you goof something up with that, but do not want to be talking to the camera when I'm charging stuff. Easy to get in trouble that way. But anyway, like I said, I'm very happy with the 480. Glad I got it. I would love to have a 4-inch one like Mr. Plowboy. I'm very I lust after his. I will say it's a very sharp gun, so I would like to have that. I don't want it for $1,500 like he got it, but I would still like to have one. So nonetheless, but anyway, if you're thinking about 480, it's a good caliber. Like I said, I'm very happy with it. Easy to load for. This thing shot very accurately. This load shot well under 2 inches. It was like an inch and a half. I can't remember what it measured, but it was very good. I was very happy. I was just shocked. I was more shocked I was capable of shooting that big a gun that accurately at 25 yards off of a rest. And if you see my short, it whopped me right in the head one time. And that wasn't even my first shot. That was like my 6th shot of the day. So if you're not paying attention, just whops you. Anyway, like his first video, he put helmet not included. I think when I do my review of that, I want to say like helmet required something, because it is if you're not careful, it'll reach up and smack you. But shooting it off hand's not bad. That's not bad. My brother-in-law told me he didn't think it was. He thought it was actually more pleasant than my double action 44 Magnums. So, I mean, just take that for what it's worth. But off a bag, it's horrible. Off a bag, it's terrible. So there's not much containing it off of a bag. So, anyway, very happy with that. And another new development, and besides 480, is I got a Glock 21. Whoop! I dropped my mic. Fell out of my lamp. So I got a Glock 21 Gen 4. So this is a police trade-in gun. It looks very nice. It looks almost brand new. A friend of mine had this, and he's had it for a year or two, and he really liked it. But he has decided he's getting more into M&Ps, Smith & Wessons. So he's got an M&P 45, so he really didn't need two 45s. And I had an M&P 9 I got for a pretty good deal a few weeks ago. I had about as much money in that as he did this, so he asked me if I'd consider trading, so I happily obliged him, and now I'm the new owner of a Glock 21 Gen 4. So very happy. I got an M&P 45 too, but I can't have too many of them. That M&P 9 was just going to be a beating around gun for me, maybe a truck kind of gun, you know, something like that. This will definitely fill the same role, except it's in the large caliber. So hope to be doing some videos on this here soon. I'm going to try out my 250 grain hardcast load out of it and see how it does. It shot very good out of my M&P 45, so I'm hoping to have good results out of that also, and I'll do some videos on that. But anyway, so I thought this would be a good first edition of the reloaded dots, and I'm going to try to push out one of these a week just to get some more content going, and I'll try to keep the reviews coming best I can, but sometimes it's a little hard having kids and working full-time and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm working on it, and I appreciate all you guys watching and tuning in. And if you like this, please like, comment, subscribe, and let's have a conversation in the comments. Thanks for watching.